Ever heard about the dark side of parenting? I'm not talking about the tough love kind. I mean the kind that quietly rewires your brain, makes you doubt your worth, your decisions, even your memories. When I was 9, I brought home a drawing I was proud of. My mom didn't even look up. She just said, "You call that a drawing?" I laughed it off. But that day something small in me snapped, and it wouldn't be the last time. I searched online for signs of toxic parenting because something didn't feel right about the way I was raised. And as I read each sign, my heart sank. Toxic parenting doesn't always look like abuse. Sometimes it sounds like sarcasm, looks like silent treatment, feels like walking on eggshells in your own home. When I was little, my parents would fight and I'd hide under my bed and I'd think, please don't find me. When they were quiet, I knew to stay quiet. When they were loud, I knew to cover my ears and close my eyes really tight. When I didn't know what to say, I'd keep my mouth shut and hope I didn't get in trouble. When I did get in trouble, I never knew why. Why was I being punished for breathing? For existing? And then one day I stopped trying to shrink myself to avoid their disappointment. I stopped trying to earn their love. And I thought maybe if I had a kid, I'd do everything differently. But here's what people don't get. When you're raised by someone who makes love conditional, praise rare and fear normal, you internalize it. You think you're the problem, but you're not. Your nervous system just adapted to survive in a home where safety wasn't guaranteed. And your instinct is to keep adapting until one day you realize you're still crouching under the bed in your adult life, still hoping the grown-ups will stop fighting so you can go back to sleep. Hey, I got some news for you. The grown-ups aren't gonna stop fighting. The world isn't gonna stop being scary, but you don't have to keep hiding. It's okay to come out now. Yeah, it might hurt to be seen, but at least then you're alive. At least then you're actually living. When my son was born, I couldn't help but wonder if he'd turned out like me. Sensitive, shy, people-pleasing. When he was 2, I noticed him copying some of my bad habits, so I talked to him. I told him, "You don't have to pretend to be okay if you're not. You can tell me if you need help. You can ask questions. You can be unapologetically you." I promise you, it felt good to say those words. And every day I try to model what I wish I'd learned as a kid. That life is hard enough already. You don't have to add to it. You're allowed to feel your feelings. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to be loved, and you're allowed to love without conditions. It's like growing up in a room where the lights always flicker. Eventually you stop trusting electricity. Even when you move out, you bring the fear of getting zapped with you wherever you go. Healing starts the moment you stop blaming yourself. You weren't too sensitive. You were in survival mode, and now you're allowed to live. If any of this hit you in the gut, leave it in the comments so I know you made it. And if you're ready to start healing, stick around. Because next video we talk about how to reparent yourself.